Hi there, this is Vicki from Nettles and Roses Permaculture, and I'm here on the Pollinator Sanctuary, which is our garden, and I wanted to talk to you today about mulching and why it's so important. Please try not to be bothered by the cars that are going by in the background. Anyway, let's have a look around. So I'm going to turn the camera around and we'll go see some mulch. See you soon. This is the sign you'll see when you first enter our garden. So here we have my potatoes and tomatoes, which are down the way. And I just wanted to tell you about mulch a little bit. So it's not just decorative, it's also highly functional and it's great for your soil and your plants. One of the first things it does is it conserves moisture. It keeps the water in the soil, and especially on hot, dry days, that's really important. Where I live, when we water more than our minimum allotment, we can easily be paying up to $600 or $800 a month. So it's really important to me to conserve water. It also regulates the soil temperature, so not just in the summer, but also in the winter. So in the winter, it keeps the soil a little warmer. In summer, it keeps it a little cooler. And this is really good for all the little microorganisms and worms and things that live in the soil. It's also great for weed suppression. So if you look around here, there's my shadow. You'll see just a few weeds. There's one that sowed itself. It might be even that the straw itself had some seeds in it. Very few things have gotten through, and there's no cardboard or barrier under here, just a lot of mulch. It also prevents soil erosion. So when it rains really hard, you get all those hard raindrops hammering on the soil and washing soil away. So in that sense, it keeps the valuable soil and the nutrients here. The reason there's so much mulch around these potatoes is that they're buried actually pretty deep in there. As they come up, we keep adding more. So we'll get hopefully more potatoes. They're not buried very deep in the soil. It's a new way we're trying to deal with potatoes, by adding a lot of mulch. And here we have tomato plants. And I only water them about once a week, maybe, and they're doing pretty well. Also, one thing about mulch is that when it breaks down, it adds to the soil. It adds nutrients to the soil, it adds organic matter, it improves the soil structure and its ability to hold moisture. It also kind of helps balance your pH a little bit. Prevents big swings in pH, which we don't want to have. And it provides habitat and food for beneficial soil organisms like worms and microbes, things like that. So mulch is your best friend. I wanted to give you an idea of a few good mulches. Like, I don't know if you could hear the lawnmower in the background, but cut grass is a really good mulch. Leaves, like I tend to go to the park every fall and harvest a few truckloads of leaves and just crinkle them up and spread them all around. We grind up bamboo sometimes, coconut fibers, conifer needles if you have very alkaline soil. So I have friends who live in the south and their soil is very sandy and they use a lot of pine straw, they call it. Deciduous wood strips are great. In fact, in the fall, I'm going to be covering everything over with about 6 inches of wood chips. And finally, straw. As you see here, it's cheap, it's easy to get a hold of. If you can, it's best to get organic straw, but we haven't been able to do that. So this straw is not organic. It seems to be pretty clean. Some straw that's not organic will have a lot of herbicides in it, and we don't want that because that'll kill everything else. I'm going to show you some ground up bamboo in another area that I mulched. Okay, here we come upon the squash patch. And I mulched those with ground up bamboo. It's pretty hot in there, but moist. They seem to like it. And I put ground up bamboo around all these little cucumber plants too, my little Armenian cucumbers. Here's some volunteer potatoes. I hope that was helpful. I wanted to come in from the heat. It's roasting hot outside. Another good reason to have mulch on the ground. So yeah, again, the reasons I'm mulching so much is water mainly, and because it's been getting hotter and hotter every year, and water's getting very expensive. So I want to just keep as much water in the ground as I can, and while I'm doing that, I'm improving the soil by contributing organic matter. All that mulch will break down. So I hope to see you soon. All right, take care. Goodbye.